Hi, I'm Sam Higginson, joined alongside me Kyle Dart as my co-host today, calling the Spanish Fork Recreation and Two Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Day Dodgeball Tournament. And fans, now is the time to make that call to the Two Jacks Pizza, 801-798-8601. Get that pizza ordered because you can sit down and watch a whole dodgeball tournament. A lot of fun tonight so far, Kyle. We've had an opportunity to watch all of these teams play, and we're getting ready for the sprint scrum between the Regulators and the three-time defending champions, going for their fourth championship against the Dirty Dodgers. Both teams are filled with athletes. Both teams are filled with former Dons. A lot of baseball players going against each other. I look across that line over here on the Regulators and across there at the Dirty Dodgers and see a lot of former state championships in baseball. So a lot of guys with big arms tonight, Kyle.
Yeah, you know, we've had a chance to see all the teams as we've gone through pool play and in preparation for the championship bracket, and definitely been impressed with some of the athletes out here and some of the strategy that the teams have displayed. So it should be fun. Obviously, Regulators are the team to beat. It's three-time defending champs, but certainly some good teams that are coming on strong, balls deep. Dirty Dodgers, Nitty Gritty, all really good teams with going to make an attempt to dethrone the Regulators. So should be pretty fun.
Yeah, and you can't forget to mention the Aspen Ballers and the Wild Stallions. Both of them earned a bye into the first round. And Kyle, we've had quite a bit of fun. We want to remind everybody that fighting, swearing, taunting, or trash talking to players or fans will result in an immediate removal from the tournament. And luckily, we haven't seen any immediate removals tonight.
Not so far, although we've had a couple of kids who have certainly wore their emotions on the sleeves and been just on that edge of maybe violating that, but they've managed to keep it under control, so hopefully it'll keep it that way. Looks like we're going to have a center of the court handshake as the officials discuss the rules with each of the teams. I'm not sure whether they're going to start with a prayer or not, but we'll see.
I doubt that, Kyle. This is a Spanish Fork City recreation thing, and I doubt they're going to start off with a prayer. But again, folks, we want to thank Two Jacks Pizza for helping us out tonight and sponsoring this great program. What a fun event this has been throughout. I mean, I think we're going on a decade now of the Spanish Fork Recreation Thanksgiving weekend dodgeball tournament. A lot of fun, gets a lot of guys out of the house, and as we talked earlier today, a little bit of aggression before all the family comes into confined spaces in the next couple of days for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's a good point, Sam. And it is one of the great traditions of Spanish Fork. One of the many things that Spanish Fork City and Spanish Fork Recreation does to just create a cool community atmosphere. And you know, people
together.
Have come out. We've had a great crowd on hand, and you know,
here we are for
continue that.
The sprint scrum. Always a lot of fun right here. A lot of guys will be out immediately.
I think that guy crosses the line with an aggressive attempt to get a ball and unfortunately eliminates himself right out of the gate. So
as we look on and see all the balls firing from the Regulators to the Dirty Dozen, just to give you a few rules here, players will line up on the basketball baselines. As you've seen earlier, they will have that awesome fast scrum to the line to the half court. Sean Peterson firing a ball and immediately calling guys out.
No need for an official if Sean's around. You know, good memories we have, Sam, with Sean when we got to coach freshman baseball team together a couple of years ago, and the freshman Dons won the league and tournament title. That was a good memory, and it's fun to see Sean out here with his buddies defending their title.
See Hayden Johnson out there with the ball for the gray team, I guess we'll call them, versus the black team. Hayden Johnson joined us last year in studio to talk about their three-peat championship.
Hadley Thorpe with a nice toss across the court to eliminate another player. Chase Castleberry guy sneaks up on him and unfortunately gets him out.
Is just lacing guys with balls.
Yeah, Regulators have certainly come. That guy there should have been out. I believe he got hit. Now he's Been told that he is eliminated.
Is now making his long, slow, lonely walk to the sidelines as an out.
Now it comes down to 2 guys left for the Dirty Dodgers, while Regulators have quite a few guys left out there. So
Money and Thorpe, 2 guys on the Regulators with the balls right now.
Cooper Thorpe and Brady Corliss. Brady Corliss able to take 2 guys out with 1 toss. Cooper Thorpe attempted to catch that and wasn't able to do so. You know, one of the things you see with some of these guys, they try to, instead of coming over the top, they try to throw it sidearm or put a little bit of spin on it. Makes it a lot harder for these guys to catch. Looks like Brady Corliss was eliminated, and so now we're down to 1 final player for the Dirty Dodgers.
As a reminder, these teams will play a 3-match set. And as you noticed, the money ball was just delivered and gave an opportunity to bring everybody back in. But it looks like the Regulators will advance and win match 1 here in this game. 1 more and they will advance in the tournament.
That's right. As a reminder to those watching, this is these matches are set to best 2 out of 3, so you've got to win 2 games in order to win the match.
And we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. And welcome back here to the Spanish Fork Recreation and 2 Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. Right now we're watching as the Regulators are up a game, 1 match on the Dirty Dodgers. Brady Corliss makes a quick exit for the Dirty Dodgers.
Regulators, after winning the first game, are now trying to end this in a hurry with second game. Hayden Johnson gets eliminated.
Johnson, the first guy for the Regulators out here.
A little bit of trash talking going on here as the competition heats up here in game 2 of this, the first game of championship bracket play.
The Dirty Dodgers out at about the foul line on their side, and most of the Regulators down around the baseline, not really bringing the offensive. We've kind of got a stalemate here. We're looking for some action.
Yeah, Dirty Dodgers are taking a little bit more careful approach to this game. They came out firing last game, and ended up getting quite a few guys eliminated pretty quick, so they're trying to be a little bit more careful this game.
Looks like that strategy worked a little bit, as I think they're leading in this game.
I think so, but obviously the Regulators are not going to go without a fight as the defending champs.
Now they've been here before, Kyle. They know what tournament play is all about.
That's a good point. Seasoned dodgeball.
Colton Olson fires one into the arms of
Beck. Fantastic catch, eliminating.
That's Colton Olson, fans, a former Don that was recently selected as a sophomore down at Dixie State as a unanimous defensive first-team member of the GNAC this year. Fantastic job, was second in the GNAC conference in tackles, led the team down there at Dixie, and as I said to you earlier in the break, probably not saying a whole lot about the linebackers and the D-line, but
Cooper Thorpe with an outstanding catch to eliminate player on the other side. Tensions rose pretty quick in that matchup, and not sure what they're going to do, if both teams have been eliminated or what they're going to do here. Seem to be escalated by that Dirty Dodgers.
All right, folks, that game's over. We're going to take a break here, and we'll come back with some more action here in the Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. I'm your host, Sam Higginson, joined alongside me, Kyle Dart, and welcome to the Spanish Fork Recreation and 2 Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament here at Diamond Fork Junior High. Kyle, we've had a lot of action. We're already down to round 2 of the dodgeball playoffs, I guess. We've got 3 teams left, balls deep. Aspen Ballers, excuse me, and Wild Stallions. We've seen a lot of action tonight. You're getting ready to see the sprint scrum here in just a moment. We have had a lot of action. Why don't you fill us in, Kyle?
Yeah, we certainly have. You know, Obviously, these teams came with the real appetite for winning the dodgeball tournament. Had some tensions have risen here, and had a couple of teams that looked to be favorites to win end up getting thrown out of the tournament, and so now we've got just a few teams left to see who can bring home the championship. But one thing we know is that we'll have a new champion this year.
Yes, we will. The regulator's been disqualified as a result of some behavior that happened on the court. Something that you get a little bit here when you get
well, it was certainly two teams, both them and the Dirty Dodgers were kicked out of the tournament, and situation that tensions arose for both teams. So those teams were both eliminated. You know, we're out here for fun at the end of the day, and both teams seem to take it a little bit too serious. So.
Well, we're here to kick off the Aspen Ballers and the Wild Stallions. Both of them have had a pretty good pool play tournament, and should be an exciting matchup right here. I was impressed with the Aspen Ballers earlier today and the resiliency of the Wild Stallions. Wild Stallions get the first man out.
Yeah, the Wild Stallions are probably one of the more strategic teams that we've seen in pool play. They may not have, be quite as young or as athletic as some of the teams, but they play a smart brand of dodgeball and managed to find their way in this championship bracket.
And a nice little catch there.
Yeah, I think that's catch there allows Casey, one of the players for the Aspen Ballers, to come back in and keep this game close.
Dodgeball's been kind of fun tonight. Kyle Dart and I have never called a dodgeball game. This is a first for us, and I'll tell you what, Kyle, if you can call a dodgeball game successfully, you can do about anything in this world. So,
yeah, I'm not sure how successful we'll be, but it has been fun to watch and to see the different strategies and methods that each of these teams are taking. So it's been fun.
You can't say enough about the recreation department we have here in Spanish Fork for putting events like this together. And as we've seen earlier, we had a chance to see at least earlier, some of that aggression hopefully got worked out before we get into the holiday season, and maybe our police officers will have a quieter weekend themselves.
Yeah, hopefully so. So far, I think Wild Stallions have done a good job coming out and being the aggressors here. But one thing I'll say about the Aspen Ballers is they're pretty aggressive at trying to catch balls, and in doing so, they've been able to get a lot of their teammates who were eliminated initially to get to come back in the game on the catches.
Yeah, and so far this game's kind of been a back and forth game, and that ball was kind of lofted up and easily caught. Probably an ill-advised throw there from the Aspen Ballers.
Yeah. Now Aspen Ballers seem to be kind of taking control of this game, as there's a pretty distinct advantage for them.
Former Spanish Fork standout Casey Cloward, a four-year Division I college baseball catcher, out there just throwing BBs.
Yeah, Casey was
leading
always
the Aspen Ballers team along with Ryan
Hickman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey was always known for having a very strong arm as a catcher, and that's proven to be pretty helpful for him today, although Case just tried to catch a ball there and unfortunately wasn't able to come up with it, and so he's taken out of the game. But we've got about, it looks like a 5-3 advantage for Aspen Ballers here in game one of this match, and which is really probably going to go down to the wire here. Wild Stallions the Aspen Ballers at one point had a
substantial lead, but now we're sitting here
3-3. Oh, there's an elimination.
Just like that, it's 3-1.
Stars and Stripes does have the purple money ball in hand, though. Reminder to the viewers at home, that money ball, if he can throw it across the court and make a basket with that ball, then his whole entire team will be able to come back in. Here's a shot, unable to make it.
As a reminder, this is a 3-match game. Winner of the first 2, or whoever wins 2, will advance. And Stars and Stripes is out there making things interesting.
Yeah, he's been a solid player all night. Seems like a lot of the games that they've had, Stars and Stripes has managed to be one of the last players out there. So it's been pretty fun. One thing they got to remember with Stars and Stripes, if he's out there for more than a minute without getting anybody out.
One thing we haven't seen tonight, Kyle, is a one-on-one matchup, which I would sure love to see, because that changes the rules. If there is a one-on-one matchup, what will happen at that point is play will be called dead. Each player will be given a ball, and they will start at their own baseline. Players may use the entire court.
And now we have the one-on-one matchup. Stars and Stripes
we
versus
get that sprint scrum, as we've been calling it tonight.
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. This is the first time we've seen the one-on-one, so this will be fun. Stars and Stripes is asking for a timeout, chance to collect his composure and his breath here.
And how thrilling would it be, Kyle, if this was in match number 3? But you know what? It's still thrilling here in match number 1.
Absolutely is.
Not quite as thrilling as what we saw just a moment ago with the Regulators and the Dirty Dodgers, but this is certainly going to hold up there with some of the thrilling moments we've seen in this tournament.
That's a good point.
And as a reminder, let's get them down there to order a pizza at 2 Jack's Pizza. I love 2 Jack's Pizza, and they are sponsors here tonight. 801-798-8601.
Regulators and Dirty Dodgers in the previous game seemed to think that this was a hockey game that was going to break out.
I'm not exactly sure on the rules there, but it looks like the Wild Stallions will take match number 1 in this 3-match game.
Yeah, I don't know why he was eliminated. I thought you could go anywhere on the court when it was the one-on-one.
Well, according to the rules here, Kyle, players may use the entire court as long as it's in bounds unless retrieving a ball to determine a winner.
Yeah, I guess did he say that I guess he's saying that it wasn't that he crossed any line, but he's saying that he actually got hit by the ball.
Oh, maybe. Sure looked like he sideswiped it, but the referee had a better angle than we do up here in the top row.
Yeah, he actually talked to the crowd to confirm that he was hit. I'll tell you, this Balls Deep team who's waiting waiting to see who they're going to play in the championship, they seem to be one of the happier teams in the whole building when the Regulators were kicked out of the tournament. That sort of created a clean path to the championship for Balls Deep.
The Regulators have proven that they, can continue to win. They've won 3 in a row and looked like the more dominant team than we've seen tonight throughout pool play. But here we go, another sprint scrum. 2 guys immediately out, which is typical of that scenario.
Yeah, that happens.
Now we're going to get a little bit of some strategy here and maybe some slow play.
Yeah, Aspen Ballers are
nice catch by Hickman.
Taking a little bit more of a careful approach in this game and have sort of waited back. Another nice catch by Casey Clower with a strong throw, but unable to connect on that.
One interesting aspect of the game is you see guys that will just inadvertently walk behind that baseline, and if they get hit, they're automatically out of the game. So something we've seen a few times tonight and a few arguable calls.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules there for dodgeball. And not played a lot of dodgeball, it'd be kind of hard to know all of them.
I think everybody played dodgeball a little bit when we were younger, but there was a period of time where they outlawed it in schools, and now here we are, a Spanish Fork
sanctioned
recreation, a sanctioned Thanksgiving dodgeball tournament. Been going for about a decade, and there's been a lot of fun moments here.
Absolutely. So we got the Aspen Ballers here trying to fight back and force a decisive game 3. Winner of this game will play
Balls Deep.
Balls Deep for the championship. Yeah. So Balls Deep. Just sort of laying back, waiting to.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, Kyle, I know the viewers are going to be excited to be able to see the uniforms and the things that the team, this Balls Deep team, has done. We've got guys with half-shaven heads, some of them with eyebrows that are shaved off, and
yeah, they
mustaches that are half on and half off.
Yeah, they're pretty expressive.
Sounds like they must be pretty good at dodgeball too. They're obviously in the championship game.
Yeah, I think so.
Guy in the red shirt definitely got hit in the foot and is out.
He makes his way out.
We're down to 4-on-3, it looks.
Looks like it. This is going to be interesting to see if Aspen Ballers can.
Interestingly enough, Hudnall's still in the game. The Wild Stallions, kind of a guy that hangs back a little bit.
Yeah,
ends up being one of the last men there and has a good handle on the ball there.
Yeah, made a nice catch there, eliminated a guy, and you know, when you can make a catch like that, it's a real bonus to your team. Not only do you eliminate one of their guys, but you get to bring one of your own guys back in. So anytime you can make a catch like that, it's a big deal.
It certainly is.
So the 3 guys of Aspen Ballers are fighting hard to try to force that game 3.
Elimination game for the Aspen Ballers. Ball that skips off the ground is no good.
And another catch is made, and
boy, that's the killer.
Looking like Wild Stallions may be able to advance to the championship as Aspen Ballers are down to their final 2 players.
As we've noticed throughout these games, when players of the opposing team catch a ball, certainly is a big shift. 2-man swing.
Absolutely.
We've got another rules infraction.
Controversy here. This official's trying to say that he's out for crossing the baseline. He's arguing that he was just retrieving the ball, but ref calls him out.
The Wild Stallions advance to the championship, and we're going to take a short break here. When we come back, we've got Balls Deep going against the Wild Stallions in the Spanish Fork Recreation and Two Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. I'm Sam. That's Kyle, and we'll be right back. Hey, and welcome back to the Spanish Fork Recreation and Two Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. I'm your host, Sam Higginson. I'm joined alongside me, my good friend and co-host, Kyle Dart of Anderson and Dart Law Firm down here on Spanish Fork Main Street. Get in any trouble, get down and see him. Kyle, welcome to the show tonight.
Yeah, glad to be here, Sam. We've had quite a night here with a lot of close and exciting games, a couple of games where tensions arose and had some fun times there. But at the end of the day, we got 2 final teams, Balls Deep against the Wild Stallions, so it should be a good matchup. We've yet to see Balls Deep. They've been playing on the other court, so I don't know a lot about their team, but they're certainly expressive guys. They've got guys over there who might look in the mirror when they get home and wonder what they were thinking before the tournament started. But
and there they are right there on the screen, having a chance to take a look at those wild hairdos and those wild outfits. But an athletic group of guys. They've proven, and gals.
And gals, yeah. I got a couple
we haven't seen a whole lot of that tonight. We hope to see that be encouraged a little bit more and get some more female competitors out here. The games that we have been to, they've kind of been the ones that have hung back and played it smart, as women typically do. They will play it smart and let the guys go down like heroes out in front of them. So, been a lot of fun tonight. As Kyle mentioned, Balls Deep and Wild Stallions will battle it out in the championship. And what a championship tournament we've had. We've seen the regulators, the 3-time defending champions, be eliminated and disqualified, along with the Dirty Dodgers, for unruly behavior. And as we pointed out earlier, fighting, swearing, taunting, or trash talking to players or fans will result in an immediate removal from the tournament. And we saw that tonight, where the officials here from Spanish Fork Recreation immediately called the game and put to bed what could have been a big-time disaster here in Spanish Fork, Diamond Fork Junior High.
Yeah, credit to the officials who took control of that situation pretty quickly and before it escalated too much. So those teams were able to get out of here and and their Thanksgiving holiday got started a little early.
Well, Kyle, you always expect a little bit of high competition in a church ball game, but we're getting here in a dodgeball tournament this weekend. It's a lot of fun, and as we go into the holiday season, I know that everybody here at Spanish Fork 17 and the Community Network that serves you wishes everybody a very happy and Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and hope that you all enjoy time with your families and have an opportunity to eat some really good food.
Yeah, and a reminder, we want to thank our sponsors, Two Jacks Pizza, for their sponsorship of this tournament, also Spanish Fork Channel 17 for all that they do for the community and bringing these events to people at home.
Get it on right here, Kyle.
Well, here we go. Championship game is underway. Sometimes
immediate controversy right out of the gates, but it looks like Wild Stallions will win that battle. And Wild Stallions taking an early lead here.
Yeah, balls deep with several eliminations right out of the gate. Wild Stallions.
Kyle, I don't know who's going to win the game tonight, but I can tell you this much. Balls Deep definitely has the uniform thing won. The way they look and their enthusiasm is definitely winning tonight's game.
Well, they definitely went out of their way to get a lot of attention through their uniforms and hair. So far, their play has not matched the efforts of the uniforms and haircuts.
Well, Kyle, I'll tell you that
a dominating performance.
So headshot, he stays in the ball game.
Now balls deep down to their final two players. This is, in actuality, been one of the quickest games we've had as a dominating performance by Wild Stallions.
A headshot halts what Wild Stallions thought was match one victory here in this game. As a reminder, there are 3 matches that can potentially be played. The first one to win 2 is the winner.
That's true. I'm not sure it's going to matter, as it's about a 11-to-1 difference here. And
I'll tell you what,
no money ball to save the day. This could be
they
a
can
quick,
come back and
game.
make this one happen, and that's the match. Wild Stallions sends Balls Deep into a elimination round coming up in just a minute. We're going to take a quick break. Make sure you order that pizza at 801-798-8601 from Two Jacks. Thanks for sponsoring us. We'll be right back. Back in, and thanks for joining us here at the Spanish Fork Recreation and Two Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. We're in an elimination round between Balls Deep and the Wild Stallions. I'm Sam Higginson, and joined alongside me, Kyle Darr.
Yeah, happy to be here, Sam, and here we are in game 2 with a dominating performance by the Wild Stallions in game 1. Now, Balls Deep will try to fight back and force a decisive game 3 here in the championship match of the Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament.
Well, I'll tell you, Kyle, this has drawn a lot of people, this Dodgeball Tournament, from all over the valley come down and play in this tournament. We've seen multiple players from Spanish Fork on the other teams. I don't notice a whole lot of Spanish Fork guys. Of course, some of these Balls Deep guys have a few different haircuts, and I'm not recognizing some of them, but we have seen a lot of former Spanish Fork Dons right here. Probably not a whole lot of Maple Mountain and Warriors. Wait.
I haven't seen any, but you know,
they're not old enough yet. They haven't been around long enough for these. They're not old has-beens yet out here playing dodgeball.
Maybe that's the case. I'm not sure if these Balls Deep guys, even if I did know them, I probably wouldn't recognize them with their haircuts and uniforms they're sporting tonight.
Oh,
certainly Balls Deep in this second game are taking a little more careful approach, trying to prolong the game a little bit and trying to be a little smarter with their strategy in this second game. But Wild Stallions still have a bit of an edge on them here, and there's another elimination.
Oh, just about caught it and he dropped it. Luigi is going to make an exit.
Hudnall unable to come up with it.
Well,
almost
that's
had a catch.
unusual of him tonight. He's been
He's caught a
kind
lot
of
of those.
sticky fingers.
Really has. So he's balls deep, still got a chance here, 4-4. They can maybe catch a ball or two. And
well, as you can see, the Wild Stallions are really penetrating, getting to the mid-court awfully fast and getting on the offensive.
that's what you got to do with balls deep, I think, is just be aggressive.
Yeah, and you know what? Wild Stallions have an opportunity to close this game out right here, and they do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wild Stallions are your 2015 Spanish Fork Recreation and Two Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament champions. Congratulations once again to the Wild Stallions.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's my first time ever being at a dodgeball tournament, and it was a lot of fun to watch, and congratulate both teams and thank everyone for participating in the tournament. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, I'm standing here with the MVP of the championship team, Austin Roberry. Austin, tell us a little bit about your team.
You know, it's a good team effort. We're the Violator crew. You see the sign, violators will be prosecuted, and that's what we did today.
Well, we called you Stars and Stripes throughout the entire tournament. We were up there calling the games, but Austin Roberry is your name, and you're the MVP of tonight's tournament. 2015 Turkey Dodgeball Tournament champs. How did you guys learn about this tournament?
Our good friend Tucker Laugy, he works in Parks and Rec for Pro City, and he signed us all up, you know, a bunch of old fat guys, but, you know, we put on the Stars and Stripes, so we did this one for America.
All right, well, you guys sure look good. Are you guys going to come back and play again?
Oh, definitely. Got to protect the belt, for sure.
Repeat. All right, guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, hey, I'm going to grab a couple of other guys right here. We called you Red Shirt throughout the night. I don't know what your name, so why don't you introduce yourself to the camera here?
My name is Jake Horsley. I played with the Violators, obviously. The Wild Stallions, bringing in the #1. So.
Have you guys played this before?
No, this is the first time. So first time putting something together. Came out good.
Yeah, tell me this. You guys all have a little bit of an athletic background?
Yeah, most of us played baseball throughout high school. At least that's how we still play. Still play softball with each other, so we still try to keep the competitive drive somehow.
So you're staying in shape, and you guys, most of you guys are from Provo?
Yeah, Utah County area. So Provo, Pleasant Grove, Lehigh. We're just scattered.
Awesome. Well, we here at Spanish Fork 17 congratulate you guys for your victory, and thanks for coming, and hope to see you guys back defending your title next year.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
And that will do it for us here at the 2015 Spanish Fork Recreation and Two Jacks Pizza Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. There's a lot to say there, Kyle. There was a lot of action tonight. We had a ton of fun.
Yeah, it really was fun. Like I said before, this is my first dodgeball tournament, but great crowds, a lot of fun was had, and it was, hopefully we'll see a lot of people out here next year. It was a lot of fun.
My first dodgeball tournament as well, but there was a lot of excitement, some fireworks, some testosterone that was out on the court. But I'll tell you what, if you have an opportunity, get down here, get signed up next year. Make sure you catch this on TV. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great action going on, getting ready for the Thanksgiving holiday. And that'll do it. I'm Sam, he's Kyle, and this was Spanish Fork 17 Sports Edition.
Good night. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.